Excuse me, Daddy, and everybody, but I have got to get down to the shop. I have a whole lot of sewing to do.
Mama, you already touched your food. You must be thinking about all the things you have to do today. Things must be really picking up at the seamstress shop.
Oh, yes, Daddy. Excuse me, everyone. I have to go get ready and help her. Mr. Williams' daughter is getting married, and Miss Williams, she wants us to make 8 dresses for Ida's wedding.
You talking about Mr. Williams of the Dreamland Theater? Little girl, Ida?
Yes, sir. Now, I hope everyone has a good day. I have to go get ready.
Who is she married? How's that? Didn't used to be a little sweet on her.
Shut your mouth, Herman. Besides, she was always too snobby for me. Whatever man that would marry her, he would be working every single day for the rest of his life just to take care of her.
He won't have to worry about nothing. Mr. Williams is going to be a rich man one day. The way folks pack up them picture shows, he is sure to be rich.
Mildred, you hurry up and eat. I need to get to school. We have a major review in chemistry today, and I need to get there early. You too, Robert. Hurry up and eat.
My son is going to take me today. He's going to show me how to broadcast at Mr. Wilson's place before school starts. Daddy, can I go, son? Please. I don't go upstairs.
Is that right, son?
Yes, sir. Mr. Wilson said those boys can practice before and after school. He said it's almost time for rodeo season. He said if we work hard, we might be able to make some good money this summer. He said behave and learn, he might have a job for us. He said Robert came here to take care of the calves.
Down my Edward Griffin. Why do you always try to get Robert out of going to school on time? He better not be late. And you either. To be my twin, you are always doing the opposite of what I do.
Emma Edwina Griffin. I am not trying to keep Robert away from school, and we will not be late for school. All I'm trying to do is what Daddy has taught us to do, and that is make money. We all need to pull our weight around here. Robert is now old enough to make some money. You see how good he did just by selling newspaper for the Tulsa Star. Robert's going to be a businessman just like Daddy and Mama. I don't know what you're going to be.
Well, whenever I graduate from Booker T, I'm going to college so I could be a nurse. I think book learning can take you further than just, working with your hands.
Sis, you quit being sassy. A man's got to know both book learning and working with his hands if he's going to survive. Okay, Robert, you can go with son, just don't be late for school.
Yes, sir. Can me and Mildred be excused?
Yes. Mildred, make sure you listen to your teacher. You hear?
Yes, sir.
And we are going to leave out the back door from the kitchen.
Okay.
May we go too, Daddy? Mr. Wilson said after a good breakfast, it is time to go to work.
Okay. Robert, you make sure you take good care of them calves. You hear?
Yes, sir, Daddy. I'll do my best.
Excuse me, everyone. I got to be getting to the barbershop. Y'all know Saturday is our busiest day. Everybody want to talk about what they did on Thursday, what they did on Friday, and whatever they plan on doing tonight. Most of them be talking about how they gonna get a maid like Margaret. Help us spend some of that money she been making all week.
Herman, you know I am not interested in giving no man none of my money unless he's serious about courting. And if he is, he better be talking to me every day of the week, including Thursday.
I'm sorry. I'm just telling you what them boys be talking about.
Well, them boys had better grow up and become men and get them a job and learn how to take care of a lady.
Herman, tell Mr. Carter I have his shoes ready for him tomorrow. That man wears a size 16. I gotta make his shoes scratch. And on top of that, he hard on shoes.
What made you want to open a shoe shop to make and fix shoes, Daddy?
It just kind of dawned on me one day. But, like, your mama taking in sewing. She never thought it would be something that she can start a business with or make a living at.
No, I didn't. I thought I was going to work for Miss Lucy the rest of my life. You should have seen her face the day I told her I was going to quit.
Ooh, tell us how you did it, Mama. Sit down, Lee. You got time. I need to start practicing because one of these days I can't wait until I can tell Miss Ann that I'll no longer be her maid.
Good feeling. Well, it was a few years after your daddy was doing pretty good at the shoe shop. I remember him telling me that we were doing pretty good and had saved enough money. Well, I was at work, and I had just finished cleaning the kitchen. It was time for me to go home. Well, I could hear little Agnes. She was standing in the crib just crying her eyes out because she needed her diaper changed. I knew that because the smell hit me as soon as I was walking in the door. Can you believe Miss Lucy was just sitting there reading a magazine? She didn't even look up when I walked in the door. She just said, "Maddie, Agnes needs her diaper changed." I said, "Sure smells like she does." She turned her face around and put her glasses all up on her eyes and said, "What did you say?" I said, "Yes, ma'am. Sure smells like it does."
Mama, what'd she say, Mama? What'd she say?
At first, she didn't say nothing. Her mouth just opened all wide, and she took them glasses off and said, "Well, somebody needs to change it." I very calmly said, "Yes, ma'am, they sure do." Then she tells me, "And that somebody is you." I said, "No, ma'am. I will not be changing little Agnes's diapers anymore." Her face turned as red as a red pepper. And then she screamed at me, "Well, you better change that diaper or you can just find someplace else to work." I said, "Yes, ma'am," and turned and walked away. She came up behind me and grabbed me on my shoulders and turned me around to face her. And she said, "Yes, ma'am, what?" I looked at Miss Lucy. I said, "Yes, ma'am. I am going to find me another place to work." And I turned around and walked out.
Mama, I can't wait till I can tell Miss Ann that. I just want to see her face.
Ooh, yes.
Did you ever hear from Miss Lucy again, Mama?
No, I never hear from her again. But I heard she got herself another maid. I think Freddie Lou works for her now. But children, it's nothing like working for yourself. And Lee, the way things are going, we might have to have Margaret come and help us out real soon.
I don't know, Mama. I think Margaret likes working for Miss Ann.
Lee, don't you start.
Girl, you know I am just playing with you. With Booker T's prom coming up on the 1st, we could use some help.
Girl, I gotta hurry up and get to work. You know Miss Ann will start acting a pure fool if I'm late. Now, I'll see y'all later.
All right, baby. Goodbye.
Be careful.
Watch out for them boys looking at you.
Bye. Daddy, why did you want to open a shoe shop?
Well, I noticed everybody needed shoes. And I saw that sooner or later, they would need to have their shoes fixed. And one day when I was downtown, I walked past the white man's store who fixed shoes. He was fixing white folks' shoes, but if colored folks wanted their shoes fixed, they had to go to the back of the store in the alley to give them the shoes. Then I heard that when he got done fixing their shoes, that he was charging double than what they charged the white folks. Well, like other colored folks on Greenwood who decided to stop going to the back of the white man's store, I decided to open a shoe shop for myself and stop the white man from making money and make it for myself. So I started fixing shoes and taught myself the business by practicing on folks. I got real good at it. Saved up some money, bought some equipment, and now you have it, the Griffin Shoe Shop. And my motto is,
Try us once, and you'll try us twice. You know, Daddy, I appreciate you for teaching me to trade. I have learned so much that I wish we could expand and open 2 shops. I have seen people start 2 of the same businesses because they're making such a good profit. Between Mama's Syncerrae shop and our shoe shop, we make a pretty good living. It's like you and Mama have taught us to learn to make your own living so you don't ever have to work with anybody else.
I don't understand what you mean, Isaiah.
But Daddy, where did you get it from? I mean, we all know Mama's people are the ones from Oklahoma, and me and her, we had some good summers down there fishing with Uncle Samuel and Uncle Odessa. But Daddy, where's your family from?
Everybody sit down. Sit down. Thelma, are you up there?
They gone, Daddy. What is it?
Okay. What I'm about to tell y'all goes no further than here. The three of you are old enough to understand now. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
This is a matter of life and death for me and my family. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm from Coldwater, Mississippi. My family were sharecroppers, mostly dealing in cotton. I was working with my mother and my father and my 4 brothers and 3 sisters. I was the oldest son. I was around Herman, age 20 when this happened. One day I was coming home from town in my wagon, and 2 white men on horses stopped me and started harassing me. And one of them said to me, "Get off that wagon." "Why, sir?" I asked. He just said, "Shut up and do what he says." So I got off my wagon, and he got off his horse, and he hit me real hard in my mouth, and it caught me off guard, and I fell to the ground. And then the other white man got off his horse, and they both started beating me and kicking me and throwing me back and forth and beating me until I fell to the ground by my wagon. So I picked up my pistol, and I shot that white man in his chest. Then the other one started running towards his horse, and I shot him in the back. I was very beaten and bruised, but that still didn't stop me from shooting them both again to make sure they were both dead. So I gathered myself up and got my wagon and went home to my family. My mother and father's names are Herman and Lee Greer.
Herman and Lee?
Yeah, both of you were named after them. So when I got home, I told my family what happened, and my mother and father said that I had to leave Coldwater or the white folks would kill me. So that same night, they packed up some goods and supplies for me and told me to go far away or I was sure to be a dead man. So I never went back. And on my way to Louisiana, I heard that Negroes was settling in Oklahoma and doing real good for themselves. And as I was passing through Texas, they said that Tulsa was the promised land for Negroes. And as I'm on my way up here, I met your mama in Haskell. Yeah, I killed 2 white men, but I don't regret it not one bit. It was either them or me. Now, I don't know, never see my family again. And plus, after 20 years, I don't know if they're dead or alive. And frankly, since I changed my last name to Griffin, I don't know where or who I am now.
So, my daddy killed a white man.
He killed 2 of them.
Never to be talked about again.
That's right.
Girl, why come you didn't go to work today? You know Miss Ann is looking for you.
I set it up yesterday by telling her
I don't feel too good. I was cramping all night. You know, Mama, Margaret done got grown quick all of a sudden.
what are you talking about, Lee?
You seem to be calling your own shots. Like you don't care about nobody but you. Just like how you always seem to end up in men folks' business.
I just like to stay informed on what's going on.
Lee, I don't know. Sooner or later, men's folks' business becomes women's folks' business. And honestly, I don't know what they would do without us.
Right, Mama. We need to know what's going on. Half the time, men won't tell us what they go through. It's men like Daddy who have a hard time expressing their feelings.
No, baby. You don't know Daddy like I do. When that man gets something made up in his mind, ain't no turning him around. He can be as stubborn as a mule.
Margaret, how do you know about all this stuff?
I read the paper, Lee. When I'm at Miss Ann's, I read that Tulsa Tribune as much as I can when Miss Ann ain't looking. That paper gives me a chance to see what these white folks is thinking and what they gonna do next. Now, that paper says some mean stuff about black folks. Stuff that I know ain't true because I live with Negroes, and I know we don't do or say how things in that paper be saying.
Yeah.
And when I get back on the north side of the tracks, down on Greenwood, I'll pick me up a Tulsa Star or a Tulsa Sun, then I see what they saying about what them white folks are saying. Now, I'm starting to see why Daddy's always calling white folks all types of peckerwoods and bad names.
Where do you get all this reading stuff from, Gal?
Booker T.
Oh, yeah. You were one that always took to them books well. You and Sis do seem to be pretty good in that area. Now, I know you wish you could go to college one day, but right now, it's a long shot.
That does not stop me from keeping informed. I like to read A.J. Smitherman's papers. The Tulsa Star is good for Negroes who like to read. I picked me up a paper after Miss Little finished doing my hair today.
Well, what did you find out?
They say they're trying to stop Dick Rowland from getting lynched. They got a call for all Negroes in Tulsa to come to the courthouse tonight to protect Dick Rowland from the white folks who want him dead. But Smitherman say that Rowland's situation ain't got nothing to do with what's really going on.
What are you talking about?
There's an article in the Tulsa Star that says all this new commotion with Rowland's case is just a cover-up for the real conspiracy that's going on with Greenwood.
What are you trying to say, Margaret?
Well, I'm not trying to say anything. J.B. Stratford is the one who wrote the article. He says that Rowland's arrest was just a conspiracy.
Really? So, what Stratford is saying, is it true?
Stratford says that them white folks know that elevator incident was staged and an excuse to get them white folks riled up. Them white folks want the Greenwood area. They want to move all the Negroes out and expand downtown. Now, them Negroes don't want to sell their property, but them white folks want it for themselves.
You know, Daddy was telling me something about that. He said that O.W. Gurley was going around asking Negroes if they wanted to sell their property on Greenwood. And Daddy was not hearing it. You know, with the seamstress shop right next door to the shoe shop, it'd be like we'd be chopping ourselves off. And I agree. We would be stupid to sell our property.
Stratford even goes as far to say that some Negroes have already been bought off by the white men. That's probably why Daddy's not willing to listen to O.W. Gurley. Stratford even goes as far to say that Sheriff Barney Cleaver may be involved.
Sheriff Cleaver? Ain't he the police for the Negroes? He called himself keeping law and order on Greenwood. White folks call him all the time down there at Our Fellows to make sure we don't get to drinking and dancing too much. White folks don't know how classy we are. They need Sheriff Cleaver and his deputies to make sure our men folks don't get too much to drink.
Whatever happened to Buster? You talking about Oddfellows made me ask you about him. Didn't he just take you to Oddfellows last week?
Yes, ma'am. Buster's still around. Said he'll be gone for a couple of weeks to work on that railroad. But I expect to hear him calling soon at the dress shop. He said he want to talk to Daddy, but he don't want to meet him at the shoe store. No, ma'am. He said he want to talk to Daddy here at the house. Said he want to officially start calling on me here. But you know how Daddy is. Daddy ain't want nobody coming around unless he got some money in his pockets and want to do something with himself. Bless his heart. Old Buster call himself want something. So he gonna save up that money he's been working on that railroad to get a restaurant on Greenwood. We will see.
You be careful, Lee. Sound like you a little sweet on him.
Oh, Mama, look. Papa says that some of these Negroes have already been conspiring with these white folks. He's comparing it to how Africans helped white folks enslave their own kind. Now, he says that Negroes don't need to let white folks buy property on Greenwood. Then white folks want to move closer to downtown, and they say that Greenwood is proper pickings.
Hi, Mama.
Hey,
One more day is and I've been working hard on my finals. So I know I will do well on my chemistry test tomorrow. Plus, Mr. Woods is talking about starting a football team and a band next year. Booker T is so excited.
I want to go to Booker T.
Oh, baby, you will. But first, you gotta get out of Dunbar.
And after that, you go to Carter.
Yes, you'll like Carter. Sis, are they going to have the cheerleaders and majorettes?
I hope so. Mr. Woods said that these activities will be after school and we will have to try out. He says if our grades are good, we can participate.
Okay. That's pretty good.
So I know some people who would not be able to participate.
Don't worry, I'm going to be on the football team.
Now, y'all go on now. Go on and do your chores before dinner. Robert, pull them pants up, boy. Now, Miss Margaret, since you didn't go to work today, because you wasn't feeling too good, but you got your hair done, seemed like you can do some washing and some ironing around here. Now, you might can pull that on Miss Ann, but girl, you ain't got time to be sitting and reading them newspapers.
But Mama, I need a day off from all that stuff.
If I recall, Maid's days off is on Thursday, not Tuesday. You wasn't sick enough to go get your hair done, and you know Miss Ann is not gonna pay you for missing a day.
But Mama, I really didn't feel too good.
I don't feel good every day neither, Margaret, but I still got to work.
Mama, housework. Housework is all that I do. I want to go to college and be somebody successful.
You will, baby. You'll go to college real soon.
Really, Mama?
Really? Yes, ma'am. Just as soon as you save enough money working for Miss Ann to pay for it.
All right, Mama. I'll save $1 every week, and then I'll be a teacher or somebody famous.
But in the meantime, you wash them clothes and iron your daddy's shirts.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, I done told Dick 1,000 times. And I done told him another 1,000 times. Leave those white girls alone.
You know how Dick is, man. He is just crazy about that white girl.
But it just ain't worth it. White girls ain't nothing but trouble.
What are you boys talking about?
Daddy, they accused Dick of raping that white girl he been seeing.
You talking about the white girl we seen him in the alley talking to the other day?
Uh-huh. That's the one right there, Daddy.
I thought Dick would listen to you about messing with them white girls. Ain't he supposed to be your buddy? Maybe he liked taking risks.
He said, I tried to tell him. He said he really liked the girl. He said they even, you know.
Oh boy. He hooked now. He hooked like them Negroes is on that corn whiskey.
But Daddy, that is not the only situation we are dealing with right here.
What's going on?
Supposedly, Dick and Sarah, that's the white girl's name, were on the elevator together when it stopped. As the doors opened up, she screamed. And a white man saw that Dick and Sarah were the only ones on the elevator. The white man said Dick tried to rape the girl.
I thought you just said he
did.
What? Well, if he already slept with her, then why would he try to rape her? That just don't make no sense.
Well, Dick said they was just playing around. He said that he was just tickling her.
And she screams when the elevator opens and all hell breaks loose. When a white man sees a Negro and a white girl, I see.
But Daddy, That ain't even the half of it.
What's the other half?
You know the police arrested Dick for rape. And you know the white folks are going to lynch him. So some Negro men are talking about going down there and telling them to let Dick go.
Were they talking about this in the barbershop?
Yes, sir. They try to get his many men folks together and figure out a way to keep Dick from getting lynched. And Daddy, I want to help him.
So you do, huh? What's going to happen if the Negroes can't stop it?
I know, Daddy, but Dick is my friend. And we have got to stop letting these white folks just push us around. They gonna lynch him for no reason. It ain't right. It just ain't right.
What ain't right?
Don't tell us you're talking about your friend Dick and the trouble folks talking about with that white girl.
You know it is. Everybody on Greenwood is talking about it.
Now, Herman, that is not your fight. I don't know how many times you done told that boy to stay away from that girl. He knew the risk involved. Now he done got all caught up with it, and he needs to deal with his own troubles. It ain't got nothing to do with you, baby, or this family. White folks, they got their own world, and we have ours. Now, any fool that wants to cross the line and take them type of risks, well, they can just do that on their own.
Well, when Miss Deanie came into the shop today to pick up that dress that we let out a notch, you should have seen the way she was talking about them two. The first thing she started talking about was Dick and that girl. What was her name again?
Sarah Page?
Yes, well, anyway, Miss Deanie says she done seen them sneaking around in some weird places. Like that elevator where Miss Sarah worked at. You should have heard Miss Deanie talking about them too. Lord. Now she say folks on the north side of the tracks know, but them white folks on the south side of the tracks act like they don't have a clue with them two fooling around. Miss Deanie say she know them white folks know they done seen them two together. But I know one thing, if she's not careful, she can find herself in some real trouble. Look around this world and there'll be another baby that'll have to start passing.
Now, Lee, stop it. You know how Miss Denny be gossiping.
Mama, you know everybody in Greenwood know about that shoe shine boy, friend of Herman's, done lost his mind over that white girl. I think he got what's coming to him. I mean, there are plenty of young ladies up and down Greenwood and throughout our side of town. And you would think he would get something that won't get him killed.
You know Dick has always been a free spirit.
But the only spirits that I know are dead spirits. And that's what he's about to do.
I don't care. It just ain't right. They ain't got no business locking him up like that. Next thing they'll do is try to lock me, Isaiah, Delma, or anyone else for nothing. We have got to go down there and demand they let him out. Daddy, what you think?
Herman does have a point, Mama. See, there comes a time where we have to stand up for something. We can't keep allowing the white folks to bully us, or they'll always treat us like crap. Especially if we don't stand up for ourselves. Calling us all out our names, saying we can't go to their stores, charging us higher prices for a bottle of milk than what they charge the white man. All we need to do is go down there and see what's going on and see what they plan to do. Herman, who's going down there and what do they plan to do?
The leaders are supposed to be having a meeting. They say they're having a meeting this evening at the Tulsa Star office with Stratford, Bridgewater, and anyone else who's concerned about stopping Dick's lynching. In the barbershop, they already talking about how they know the Tulsa Tribune is going to print something to stir up the white folks. Smithman was in the barbershop too. He said he's ready to counter whatever the Tulsa Tribune prints. He said that the Tulsa Star needs to let colored folks know the real story.
But Daddy, that boy ain't none of our business. Now, we are doing just fine here in Tulsa. We have a family. We have 8 children that need us to show them the same opportunities that we have. Well, most folks call in the Greenwood district the promised land. It's a place where Negroes can finally go and make a decent living. It's the dream that both of us have had for so long. Now, why give all that up over some young black boy who done lost his mind over some white girl? Let it go, Daddy. Let it
Mama, that's why it's important for us to take a stand and show our support. We can't keep allowing the white man to come in our community and tell us what to do. We got to be example for our kids and let them know we stand for something. Because Herman said all they're going to do is have a meeting to decide what to do.
That's all.
Well, we just need to make sure that everyone is okay and keep a tight knit on our family. Let's just take care of home first, please.
I'm going to take care of home. Don't you worry. But we also need to make sure that we show our support. Dick needs our help right now. So what if he slept with that white girl? She let him. See, a man should have a right to live his life the way he wants to. Now, Dick and Herman, they grew up together. And if I was Dick's daddy, I would expect to do the same thing for one of my sons. Now, I'm going down to that meeting tonight to see what's going on for myself. Herman, you can go if you like.
Yes, sir.
Daddy, can I go?
No, son. I need your help here. Just in case something happened to me and Herman, I need you here to help your mama. You need to start learning how to be a man. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Herman, what time does that meeting start?
In about 30 minutes.
I guess we best be going.
Okay, Mildred. Now remember, you must sing real loud. The church has got to hear you all the way in the back. We will try it again. Now remember, brothers, you both have to come with the chorus. Do you get it?
Yes, we got it.
Come on, Thelma. You just have to call somebody.
Just act right, Delma. Mama, tell him to act right.
Delma, you listen to her. She is the director.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mama. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Jesus loves me.
Louder, Mildred.
This I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he
Come on, brothers.
Yes, Jesus loves me.
Louder.
Yeah.
Yes, Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so.
Again, Mildred.
Jesus loves me, yes, I know.
Pay attention.
For the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he
Come on, brothers.
is strong.
Yes,
Jesus loves me.
Louder.
Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. For the Bible tells me so.
Good. Okay, we'll work on the second verse tomorrow.
So when will we get to sing it in church?
When we have youth Friday on third Sunday. We need to keep practicing though, and there are a few more verses I still got to teach you.
Mama, can we go outside and play now?
Have you finished your homework?
Not yet.
Well, I suggest that you finish your homework, or you can forget about going outside to play.
Mama, I'll finish mine. I'll help Mildred with her timetable, so come on, Mildred.
Hey, and take Robert with you. From my understanding, after talking to his teachers at Bryant's drugstore, he needs all the help he can get.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, Robert.
Oh, Phil, speaking of teachers, I ran into E.W. Woods at Man's Brothers the other day, and he was telling me what a bright student you were. And Booker T is so happy to have you. You just keep working hard, young lady. All right. Oh, and Mr. Dillon, Mr. Woods said that you were a good football player.
Did he?
Yes, he did. He said the way Coach was talking, you might even get to start next year.
Wow, I'm going to work hard. You watch.
He also said you need to work a little harder in your English class. Something about you not doing too good on that last English test.
I will study harder, Mama. I promise.
I hope so, because if we don't do better in our English class, there will be no football. Do you understand? Now you go on in there and you do your English homework and bring it to me and show it to me when you finish. I said, sis, you leave son alone now.
Yes, ma'am.
They are funny.
Them Peckerwoods don't know who they messing with. Most folks around here feel that we need to be taking this food, getting lynched. Negroes ain't allowed one Negro to get lynched in this town, and we ain't about to get started.
But Daddy, didn't you read in the papers about how they lynched that white man?
Girl, hush your mouth. You ain't old enough to be listening to grown folks talk. You ain't old enough to know what's going on around here.
Now she is working now. And you done always said once folks start paying their way, they grown enough to be grown.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Well, you may be old enough to listen, but you ain't wise enough to speak. So hush up and listen what happened to the rest of the meeting.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, them Peckerwoods don't know who they messing with. Most folks feel that we ought to be protecting them from getting lynched. Those white folks done gone crazy, especially after they lynched one of their own. What they say that white boy's name was?
Boy Belton?
That's his name.
Why did they do that to him?
Remember, Mama? It was about a year ago. They say he killed a white taxi driver. White folks were so mad, they didn't give him a fair trial.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. They say a white mob took him out the county courthouse and the sheriff didn't even try to stop him. And by the time they got to where the mob had took Belton, it was too late. They had already lynched him.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Had Negroes walking on eggshells for a while. They say if white folks did that to their own, Negroes wouldn't have a chance, whether they did something wrong or not.
Well, who was all at the meeting? What did they have to say?
Folks like the Mann Brothers, O.W. Gurley, H.A. Smitherman, Dr. Bridgewater, J.H. Goodwin, and other business owners on Good Greenwood. Old Bridgewater say that this community has been keeping Negroes from being lynched all this time, and it don't make no sense in getting started. And I'm with him.
So, Daddy, what are they gonna do?
We gonna stand up for that boy. He ain't done nothing wrong.
Oh, Daddy, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. Them white folks, they might try to do something crazy.
Let them. I ain't never been scared of no Peckerwood, and I ain't gonna start being scared of them. I know one thing, we can't keep allowing them to push us around.
It just seemed like somebody in the community would want to keep the peace. You know, a lot of folks saying that Dick Rose, he got what's coming to him, because he didn't have no business messing around with the white girls anyway.
You sound like O.W. Gurley. Gurley said that this ain't none of our business and that we need to mind our own business.
Yeah, Mama. Gurney say we were trying to outthink the white man. Be more cautious. Beat him at his own game. See, he figures that if we wait this thing out, don't go down to the courthouse, act like we don't care, mind our business, they can let this thing calm down and we can get back to business as normal. He feels that if color folks go down there causing a ruckus, it could be damaging for business. He thinks we should just leave it alone.
Sound like Gurley got some sense.
All Gurley is thinking about is fattening his pockets. He ain't got no morals. He don't believe in standing up for what's right or what's wrong. See, I agree with Smitherman in his newspapers. We can't keep allowing this thing to slide. All it's going to do is get worse. Now, Smitherman showed us the Tulsa Tribune articles that came out early this evening. He said that they talking about the white folks will be doing the right thing by lynching that boy. Smitherman said that the Peckerwoods got more evil after reading all that stuff in the paper. He said that they just trying to justify that they need to keep Negroes in their place.
Then I understand. I just...
You just what, woman?
I just love you, Daddy. And I don't want you or nobody in this family to get hurt. That's all.
Don't nobody want to get hurt. But there comes a time where a Negro must be a true Negro. See, the Negroes that want to keep bowing down to the white man and being slaves can keep being slaves. I don't have to depend on the white man to come to my house and put food on my table. I don't have to worry about him coming to my house and telling me what to do. All I want him to do is to stay on his side of the tracks, because I'm damn sure going to stay on mine. Now, if that white girl from Missouri wants to come over here and mess with that colored boys, then let her. That's her business and his. They ain't bothering nobody. Them Peckerwoods ain't got no right coming over here and taking that boy to jail.
Well, what did they decide to do?
Well, first of all, Mama, it wasn't too many people at the meeting listening to Gurley. As a matter of fact, most people like Smitherman's idea.
And what was Smitherman talking about doing?
Well, he felt that he had to print something in the Tulsa Star so the color folks would know the truth of the situation. He already printed a bunch of articles against lynching color folks. Old Bridgewater said that since ain't no Negro being lynched in Tulsa, that we don't need to get started.
I read that stuff. He's talking about the Tulsa Star.
Girl, I can't get you to hush your mouth.
Sorry, Daddy.
No, I need to let you grow up. So go ahead and tell us what you've been reading in them Negro papers.
Well, I remember reading that determined armed Negro men stopped the lynching of Negro men in Muskogee, Dewey, Tulsa, and a few more places. It seems like even though them white folks lynched one of their own kind, they wanted to make sure that no Negroes in Tulsa ever got lynched again. And they really pointed out that in all cases that the Negroes were armed and that them white folks left them alone. Is that what y'all are planning to do with Dick Rowland, Daddy?
Mark, you're right.
So, do you plan on joining them and going down there with rifles and guns?
If that's what it takes, I sure will. Herman is old enough. He can go.
What about me, Daddy?
No, son. You just stay here and watch the family.
Yes, sir.
So, Daddy, when is all this supposed to go down?
About 8, right after dinner. We're all supposed to be at the Tulsa Star office. Herman, Isaiah, go into the kitchen and get my rifles cleaned up.
Yes, sir.
Sis, I'm glad you want to be a nurse. You keep making A's in chemistry, and you'll be well on your way.
Thanks, Daddy.
Sis, son, go ahead and take the kids outside to play. It's time for grown-ups to have a conversation.
Hey, Daddy, can I stay? I'm going to be 16 in July. I want to hear what y'all going to be talking about. Y'all going to be talking about Dick Rowland. Everybody knows about it. They were even talking about it in school today.
Who is Dick Rowland?
Hush your mouth, boy. Don't let you want my fist to meet your lip. Go on outside and play. Children ain't got no business listening to grown folks talk. When you start pulling your weight around here, then I'll let you listen. But it ain't now, so go on and take your brother with you.
Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Well, y'all probably already know how folks is talking and carrying on.
Well, Lee and I, we did see O.W. Gurley going to the shoe shop this afternoon.
Yeah, he trying to convince us Negroes to go about this situation in a different way. But I don't care what Gurley says. If we don't stand up for ourselves, ain't nobody gonna stand up for us.
Well, maybe he just don't want nobody to get hurt. You know, a bunch of Negroes with guns and rifles, that ain't a good thing around white folks.
Yeah, them Peckerwoods got something going on too. I don't trust them. I ain't never known one white man who I would call a friend, let alone a business associate. Like I told Gurley the last time he came into my shop, I don't have no reason to sell my property to the white man.
Daddy, you know Gurley is a businessman. He started Greenwood and made it what it is today. Right now, he got a whole lot of money, and I can see where he want to make a lot more.
At what cost, Isaiah?
Don't worry, Herman. I'm with you. Dick Rowland could be me, you, son, and even Daddy. But right now, we have to protect who we are and what we already have.
Yeah, everybody's supposed to meet at the Tulsa Star office at 8:30. We're going to have one more meeting, and if everybody agrees, then we're going to go down to the courthouse at 9:30 to protect it.
Daddy, you are not worried about what the white folks is up to?
You know something I don't?
No, sir, no, sir. Now I wish I would have went to Miss Ann's today. They usually put stuff like that in the Tulsa Tribune. They're usually pretty forward about telling white folks what to do and how Negroes are always in the wrong.
Well, what the women folks talking about in the Syncerrae shop today?
Well, most are just worried about what's going to happen.
When Mrs. Durant came into the shop to pick up that white dress that she's planning on wearing on Sunday,
Yeah.
now she said Mr. Durant and his boys plan on going to that meeting too. Now she say that Mr. Durant say it's time that Negroes do right by God and protect what's theirs. But she talks like mama though. She don't want nobody getting hurt, especially her king.
Ain't nobody gonna get hurt, mama. We're just going down there as a group to help the sheriff protect that boy. We don't need no white mob acting like the Ku Klux Klan and trying to lynch that boy. They see, that's why I told the Negroes we have to go down there and see what's going on for ourselves.
I understand. I've always understood, Daddy, and I've always stood by whatever your decision was. You are the head of this family, and we follow you. I just can't help but worry so. It's one of those times in life that you just don't like. And I got a bad feeling. But I know that it's something that you got to do. And we as women folk, we need to understand how important it is to support our men. And I know you, Daddy, you'll do anything you have to do to protect your family.
Everybody stand with me, grab hands, and bow your heads. Help us this evening, O Lord.
Yes, Father.
Keep us strong and keep us safe. Help us stand up for your righteousness, O Lord. Help us help the entire Greenwood community and the city of Tulsa.
Yes, Heavenly
Let
Father.
Mama see that we are in your care. Help us to see that you are protecting us, that we protect our own, O mighty ones. In your Son Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You want me to get the rifles and guns, Daddy?
Yeah, Herman, go help us.
Come on.
You'll be all right, Mama. You'll be all right. Just pray. Just pray.
Here you go, Daddy. Everything is loaded and ready to go. I even got some extra ammunition if you need it. Man, Daddy, you sure you don't want me to go? You know I'm a pretty good shot.
No, son. There's something I need you to do here, Isaiah.
Sir?
I need you to stay here and take care of the family just in case something happens to me or Herman.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's important that you listen and do what I say. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Stay at home and take care of the family.
All right, now I need you to take this one. Give your mama the pistol. I'm going to take this one. And Herman, I know you like the shotgun.
Thanks, Daddy.
Yeah. Martin, I need you to go back outside and tell son that I need to see him and keep the other kids back there for about another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Mom, now it's really important that you make sure that everybody stays home this evening just in case you run into some trouble.
Okay, Daddy.
All right. Herman, there's one more thing that I need to do before we leave. Give me your belt.
What for, Daddy?
Give me your belt, son.
You ain't want me in years. What I do?
Give me your damn belt.
Daddy, you wanted me?
Now you know you weren't supposed to be listening to grown folks' conversation. Come over here, boy. Now, didn't I tell you not to be listening to grown folks talk?
Yes, sir.
But you gonna listen anyway, ain't you, boy? Ain't you, boy?
Yes, sir.
Now you know you got this ass whooping coming out there. Huh? Now didn't I tell you?
You got a whooping.
What does it look like? Leave me alone, Robert.
Okay, I didn't do nothing to you. Robert, leave him alone. Double got a whooping. Double got a whooping. Robert, leave him alone before I tell Daddy and he gives you one.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry, Elma.
Robert, leave him alone.
I was trying to say I'm sorry, okay?
Come on, both of y'all. Let's go to bed. tired anyway.
I'm tired too. Come on, Robin, let's go to bed.
Now, we know your daddy loves you, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. I just been hearing so much about what's going on. Wow, people talking so crazy. All day at school, kids been talking about the lynching. Thelma no more than I know, she just ain't talking. She's scared too. And now Daddy and Herman on Greenwood to see the lynching.
Margaret? Margaret?
Ma'am? Here I come. Yes, ma'am?
Margaret, go and check on the little ones and give Thelma a break. Make sure that they go to bed. And would you tell Thelma to come here, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mommy?
Baby, come on over here and sit next to Mama. Delma, you come up here and sit next to me, too. My twin babies, sis and son. You know, Mama love you both so much.
We love you too, Mama.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I know you both are worried about this Dick Rowland thing. Ain't no telling what y'all been hearing around that school.
We were talking about it in class today. People were saying some crazy stuff.
Some crazy stuff, huh?
I mean, people saying that Dick Rowland should get lynched for messing with the white girl in the first place.
Yeah, Mama. But some folks on the other side say that we should leave them both alone. If they want to be together, then that's their business. I'm just tired of people talking about it. That's what we've been hearing all day.
So, it's all over Booker T?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. T.A. West was talking about how the Willie Lynch was telling them slave owners how to make niggas jealous of each other.
Yeah, Mama. I had no idea that lynchings was tied to Willie Lynch.
What do you mean, Thelma?
Everybody at school today was whispering about Dick Rowland and how there was going to be a lynching in town tonight. In history class, Mr. West said that he would give us a final tomorrow. He says that this Dick Rowland situation was a new teaching mode. He said it will allow us to learn about Willie Lynch. He then read us this letter that Willie Lynch wrote to slave owners who were having trouble with their slaves.
Willie Lynch letter?
Mr. West said that Willie Lynch was a slave owner in the West Indies.
West Indies? Lord, what they teaching y'all over there, Booker T?
The West Indies is in the Caribbean Islands.
Yes, ma'am. It's in the Atlantic Ocean near the coast of Florida.
Mr. West said that back in 1712.
1712.
That's right.
Ha! I got you that time.
Boy, be quiet. I was going to get it.
But you didn't, ha!
Anyway, Mama, back in 1712, Willie Lynch wrote this letter, and it was all about what slave owners needed to do to control their slaves.
He read the letters to us.
Then he made us write key points as he read it again.
Then he made the whole class read it together out loud.
Mr. West talked about how Willie Lynch told slave owners to pit the young black men against the old black men.
And the letter said to pit the young black women against the old black women. And he also said pit the dark-skinned blacks against the light-skinned blacks.
Then he said pit the black women against the black men. The whole point was to get Negroes to hate themselves and each other. Yes, Mama. The whole point was to get Negroes to fight each other.
But they said that it was just important for slaves to trust a white man more than they trusted each other.
And Willie Lynch said that if the white slave owner could do this, then they wouldn't have any more problems with their slaves for 300 to 400 years. He said that the secret to controlling black slaves was setting them against one another.
Mr. West is telling you right.
I know, Mama. That's why when Daddy was talking about Mr. Gurley wanting one thing and Mr. Smith wanting another, for the Negroes on Greenwood, it reminded me of Willie Lynch.
And Mama, I see it all the time at school and other places. The light-skinned Negroes seem to always always get more privileges than the black-skinned Negroes. And these boys seem to always like the light-skinned girls because they mulatto and think they pretty. And Mama, they don't realize that dark-skinned girls are pretty too.
That's right.
But then, Mama, he started talking about something that really made me mad. Mr. West was talking about how slave owners was telling them to how to break male slaves.
Yeah. He said for the slave owner to take the most restless nigga and strip him of his clothes in front of the other remaining male niggas, in front of the female, the nigger infant, and just tar and feather him.
Then he said to tie each leg to a different horse, face him in opposite direction, set him on fire, beat both horses to pull them apart in front of the rest of the niggas.
Then, Mama, he said the next step was to take a bull whip and beat the remaining nigga male to the point of death in front of the female and the infant.
Then he said not to kill him, but put the fear of God in him.
Yeah, don't kill him, because he could be useful for breeding.
Mama, that just made me so mad to think about how somebody's gonna set a person on fire and then stretch him.
He said that by doing this, the Negro woman could not trust the Negro man to take care of the family.
But they said it was more than just a physical thing, but it was psychological.
He said psychology was all about the mind.
Yeah, that's right. He said it was about controlling the Negro's mind and making him put more trust in the white man than himself. The sad thing is, Mama, Mr. West seems like he is right.
Yeah, Mama. Look at us. This big grown thing got us taking sides. Colored folks are taking sides against each other.
Yeah, Mama. Daddy's on one side and the Negro man's on the other side.
And that's right, Mama. At a time like this, we need to be sticking together.
Mr. West is right, babies.
I know, Mama. They're trying to teach us that we are the next generation to make the world a better place. Mr. West said we got to open our ears and our minds to figure out why we're in this situation today. He said people who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. So I just want to know, Mama, is Dick Ronald going to get lynched, or is Daddy no Negro man going to stop it? I know I'm young, but what can I do to help?
And it seems like the white folks are still messing with our minds, and we are not smart enough to see it. Mr. West even talked about how some of our leaders would sell us out to the white folks.
Mama, it seems like the more we learn, the more we see people for what they really are.
Well, babies, book learning is a good thing. But as you get older, you got to understand that life can get you all mixed up. Now, this world of ours, it's a pretty tough place. And there are some evil people out there. You just got to keep believing that God is going to take care of us no matter what. Now, your daddy and Herman, they're going out there to stand for justice. But we know that God is a just God. And whatever his will is, we just got to believe it and know that everything is going to be all right. Now, babies, don't you two fret none. Because we got a strong family, and we gon' stick together. You just got to believe and keep believing in Jesus and knowing that everything is going to be fine. Now, you both are going to be graduating from school in a couple of years with a good education. And you have your whole lives ahead of you. And Mama need for you to stay strong, both of them. Now, tomorrow's the last day of school, and I want you both to go to bed and get some rest, okay? Now, come give Mama a hug. Mama love you, babies. Yes, I love you.
Thank you, Mama.
Mama! Oh, Mama!
What is it, Isaiah?
Mama, I know Daddy told me to stay at home and take care of the family, but I wanted to be there to see what happened. So I snuck behind him when he went down to the Tulsa Star. I laid back when I drove to the courthouse with about 30 other Negro men. Daddy and her were in the back of somebody's truck, so I ran down to the courthouse. And when I got there was more white men than I've ever seen before in my life. It had to be over 2,000, and they had guns. When the shooting started, Mama, I ran home as fast as I could.
The shooting?
Yeah.
Mama, we need to get down there to see what's going on. They might be getting ready to lynch that boy.
That might be the case, Lee, but we don't need to be putting ourselves in the midst of no trouble. Your daddy and Herman are down there.
Yes, ma'am, but I'm just saying. It don't do no good if we can't see or hear nothing. Just let me go down on Greenwood to see what folks is talking about. Now, I am sure folks at Oddfellows know something.
Okay, I guess that wouldn't hurt, but you be careful and you just stay away from trouble if you see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Mama, we also need to know what them white folks is thinking. Maybe I can go to Bell and Little's and pick up a Tulsa Tribune? Mama, it'll just take 30 minutes, and it's in the opposite direction. So if I hear anything, we'll know exactly what we need to do.
Girl, why you always got to know what white folks think?
Mama, it just gives you an idea of what they thinking so you know what they gonna do next. You know how Daddy always says you gotta be 2 steps ahead of them white folks? 30 minutes, Mama. That's all that I need.
Okay, baby, but hurry up. Hurry, Margaret, hurry. Boy, you know that your daddy told you to stay home. Now, you done snuck out of here already once.
I know, Mama, but I have to go back to see if I can find Herman and Daddy. When the shooting started, the crowd went haywire, and I lost them. They might need some help, and I know that you want to know that they're okay. Mama, they were shooting, for heaven's sakes. Please let me go see what I can find out.
Well, it's 10 o'clock now. If you are not back here by 11, whomever is here is going to come after you. Now, hurry now.
Mama, do you need me to do something? I can go deliver a message. Mr. Woods out one of the fastest class.
I know you are, baby, but not right now. We'll see. Right now, I just want you to sit and be still. Just sit and be still.
Shotgun, put a pellets in my leg. It's gonna heal.
Daddy, you've been shot.
Yes, sis, I've been shot, but it's not as bad as it looks.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Well, I'll be all right. Take with shotgun, put some pellets in my leg. It's gonna heal.
Daddy, you've been shot.
Yes, sis, Daddy's been shot. But it ain't as bad as it looks. I'm gonna be just fine.
Sis,
what are y'all still doing up?
Sis, go into the kitchen and put a pot of water on the stove and get it boiling hot. Then bring me a bowl of water.
Yes,
son, I want you to go in there and get some white rags and towels out of the cupboard.
Yes. Mama, it's gonna be all right. How come they not asleep?
Herman, come and help me get your daddy's leg up on this chair.
What does it look like?
I see 4 buckshots that got to come out.
See, Herman, I told you he wasn't a good shot. Them pellets ricocheted off that brick wall.
Tell me what happened.
Well...
Wait, Daddy, do me and Thelma need to leave? I don't want to be listening while grown folks is talking.
No, son. You might as well stay this time and hear what happened to the people that were there. This ain't no secondhand news. So when we left home, we was on our way to the Tulsa Star office. We met up with Ike Wilson. He said he wanted to make sure he was there when the Negro stopped Dick from being lynched. But just in case, he said that he hitched his family up in a wagon with goods and supplies and told them to hold up north on Lynn Lane and wait till we got back. Then we seen the Mann brothers coming down the road, and we all walked together to Greenwood. And it was at least 30 Negroes with guns and rifles. Them Negroes was coming out the woodworks.
That hurt, huh?
Yeah, that hurt, woman. And I was doctored up real good. Wait a minute. Where is everybody?
Well, I sent Isaiah to go looking out for you and Herman. And Lee and Margaret, they went out to see if they could find out if anything was going on. It was Isaiah who said he saw y'all out in the crowd when the shooting started.
I thought I told him to stay home and take care of the family. I thought I told you to not to let nobody go anywhere.
But he didn't listen, Dad. I guess you gonna tear his house too, huh?
Show you right. Wait till I see him.
When he told me y'all got shot, I got worried. Now, Margaret should be here at any time. She went on down to Bells and Littles to get one of them white newspapers. And Lee, she went on down to Oddfellows to see if she could find out anything about the lynching. And Isaiah, well, I sent him out looking for you and Herman after he gone out of here once already earlier. He was the one who told us that it had been some shooting down at the courthouse. Now, Lee and Isaiah should be back any time. I told them if they weren't back soon, I was going to send whoever was here out after them. And I'm sorry, Daddy, but I got worried about you and Herman.
Woman, you say you go listen to me, and then you turn around and you don't. We go talk.
I'm sorry. You right. I'm
Boy,
sorry.
I tell you.
So, what happened when y'all went down to the Tulsa Star?
Tell her, Herman.
Well, a Negro deputy, Sheriff Barney Cleaver, said that the white sheriff, McCulloch, didn't want no trouble. He said they ain't need no color folks coming up to the courthouse. He say Dick Wallen was in good hands. And then O.W. Gurley gonna stand up and tell us that we all need to just go home. Let the white folks deal with Dick Wallen. But Smitherman say that it is time for the Negroes to stand up for themselves. And Mama, that's when everybody started clapping and hollering. Deputy Cleaver said that Sheriff McCulloch had plenty of folks to protect Dick Wallen. He said he had people positioned on the courthouse roof, in the jail, in the whole building. It wasn't gonna be no lynching on his watch.
Now, Cleveland could be all right sometimes, but I don't trust him or Gertie in this situation. I knew them Peckerwoods wasn't gonna do right. That's why I told them Negroes we had to go down to the courthouse and see what's going on for ourselves.
Yeah, Deputy Cleaver said that he had been in contact with McCulloch and that they didn't need no color folks coming down to the courthouse trying to defend Dick Wallen. See, but Daddy, Bridgewater, the Manns brothers, Ike Wilson, and all the other Negroes didn't like it. Ike Wilson got all the dirt in his face, Mama. Talking about them white folks supposed to be promising you a whole lot of money. And Daddy told Cleaver that he started doing some real policing. Trying to look out for some of these young folks like Dick Wallen to not get lynched by these white folks.
Yeah, I told Cleveland right to his face I didn't trust him. So we all left the office and got in our cars and drove down to the courthouse. We asked Sheriff McCulloch if he needed our help. He said no. He assured us that Dick was going to be safe. We saw a lot of white men still out there that wasn't wearing the police uniforms. Seemed like them Peckerwoods got more mad just because we asked the sheriff if we needed help.
So when Smitherman and everybody felt like the sheriff was going to keep his word, we went back down to Greenwood. When we got back to the Tulsa Star office, Smitherman got a phone call saying that the white mob was getting bigger and bigger.
So we got back in our cars and trucks and went back down to the courthouse. When we got there, we got out our cars, they were looking at us and we was looking at them. And then one of the Peckerwoods gonna say, nigga, what are you gonna do with that gun? Your man said that we're gonna use it if we have to. Then that Peckerwood gonna say, the hell you will. See, now, this Peckerwood gonna try to take Joe Man's gun from him. Understand, Joe Man was an ex-soldier who fought in the war, and this damn fool thinks he's about to take his gun from him. He don't know who he's messing with.
So the gun goes off, and the white man just fell dead. That's when everybody started shooting. It was way too many of them, so we had to retreat to our cars, but we killed a lot of white folk. A lot of Negroes got killed too. On the way back to Greenwood, that's when Daddy got hit. So I helped him up, and that's when we came home. I had to put our rifles rifles in the bushes because I had to help Daddy get out of there. When we left, they were still shooting. James Nails gave us a ride home.
Mama! Oh, hell done broke loose.
Tell us about it.
Daddy, you been shot? Herman, you all right?
I'm okay, Lee.
I was walking to Oddfellows, and when I got on Greenwood, I saw Negroes walking towards Pine. Better yet, Negroes was running towards Pine. So I stayed left on Greenwood, and Negroes was still running the other way. So I finally saw somebody I knew. It was my classmate, James Minter. I asked James what happened and what was going on. And James told me not to go south on Greenwood. Now I said, James, you got to tell me why. He said, Lee, it's a whole lot of white folks in deep Greenwood just killing colored folks like it ain't nothing. Lord. Said they burning buildings and businesses. Said that when he left Oddfellows, they already burned half a block. I said they're coming there with machine guns or something, just killing colored folks like it ain't nothing. He begged me not to go down there. And then he took off towards Pine. And I know James, and I ain't never seen him that scared. So I turned around and I ran back home. And now that I am home, we need to figure out what we're gonna do to survive. Negroes is running scared on Greenwood.
Mama, I got one. Daddy, Herman, you made it back. Thank God. Daddy, what happened to your leg?
Don't worry about it. I'm all right. What do you got that you're doing all this hollering about?
Well, Mama let me go to Bell and Little's Cafe to pick up a Tulsa Tribune. Like I said before, I always read Miss Ann's papers to see what these white folks is up to. And according to this editorial, they up to no good.
What are you talking about, Margaret?
They say they're going to call for all white folks in Tulsa to come to the courthouse tonight to lynch Dick Rowland. I wouldn't be surprised if all the white folks who hate black folks showed up at the courthouse tonight.
They did. It was more white folks than I ever saw before.
Sure was. There's white folks all over the place. We held our own, though, Daddy.
We sure did, son.
Margaret, what else is they talking about in that paper?
They say it's high time for them to make an example out of the Negroes. They say these Negroes done got ugly, and they got Negroes from all over the country coming here because they think they coming to the promised land. They say it's high time for these Negroes to come down, and it is up to these white folks in Tulsa to bring them down. They talk about doing whatever it takes to make these ugly Negroes with nice houses, cars, businesses, and even jewelry to pay for what they make in Tulsa look like. They say these niggas are making them look bad. They say if they will not sell them the land on Greenwood, that they would take it.
I knew y'all's Gurley and y'all Deputy Sheriff Cleveland was in it with them white folks. This ain't about Dick Rowland. This is about them white folks wanting our land. See, Gurley is so money hungry that he's willing to sell us out. Just like them African brothers sold us out during slavery.
Daddy, there's also an article in here about Dick Rowland. The title says, Nab Negro for attacking a girl in an elevator. A Negro delivery boy who gave his name to the police as Diamond Dick, but who was identified as Dick Rowland, was arrested by officers Carmichael and Pack, charged with attempting to assault a 17-year-old white elevator girl in the Drexel building early yesterday. The girl said she noticed the Negro a few minutes before the attempted assault, looking up and down the hallway on the third floor of the Drexel building as if to see if anyone was there, but thought nothing of it at the time. The girl said the Negro entered the elevator a few minutes later and attacked her, scratching her hands and face and tearing her clothes. Her screams got a tenant from the Lindbergh's building to her assistance, and the Negro fled. He was later captured and identified by both the girl and the clerk, police say. Now, Rowland denied that he tried to harm the girl, but admitted to putting his hand on her arm when they were alone in the elevator together. Tenants of the Jackson building say that the girl is an orphan who works as an elevator operator to pay her way through business college.
See? There they go. Telling lies again. According to Dick, that is not what happened.
But don't you see? That's how the newspapers get them white folks all riled up.
That's why I like to read these papers to see what they're doing to manipulate and propagandize them white folks.
Propagandize? Look, Mama, she using a word that we don't even know. Girl, where'd you learn a word like propagandize?
Look at you.
I'll be there. It's time for you to go to the next level.
Daddy, there is more. This title says, "To lynch Negro tonight."
Oh, so they're gonna lynch a Negro tonight.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said we had to go down there. Smithery, the Mann brothers, Wilson, me, we were all right. See, we gotta take a stand and stop them paperweights from misusing us.
Daddy.
Boy, remind me to give you an ass whipping. Tell me what's going on.
Daddy, I was just trying to...
I know. Your mama told me that she sent you out there this time, but you didn't listen to what I told you to do the first time. So even though I know you about to tell us what's going on, when this is over, just know I got something for you. Now tell us what's going on.
The white folks are killing Negroes for no reason. They even try to pass for color by putting on makeup and trying to look black. John Johnson said he overheard them talking about getting airplanes and spying a little Africa.
Look, Africa?
Yeah, Daddy, that's what they call Greenwood, because you know, Negroes are successful with their businesses and everything.
Yeah, and when I was running down the tracks, there were a lot of Negroes fleeing north. Cecil Jenkins said he was trying to make that white man, Dick Barton, on the count that he would pound stuff to blacks. Cecil thinks Mr. Barton will help because he's real nice to colors.
Help him from getting killed?
Yes, ma'am. The white folks are just out there killing Negroes for no reason. John said we all need to be careful.
Remind me. Tell me later. Herman, you and Isaiah will get the guns out the bushes. Hurry up.
Come on.
Mama, I couldn't even get on Greenwood. The shooting and the smell of smoke just everywhere. It seemed like they were burning up the place. People passing me saying, "Get off of Greenwood." So I ran home.
I heard that too. Miss Minton, her sister, she was wailing about her husband being killed down at the courthouse tonight. She was talking about how there was a big fight that broke out between the Negroes and the white folks. Daddy, I'm glad you and Herman made it back. What happened?
Thelma, take him to your room and tell him what happened. Mama, help me over to the couch so I can get some rest. Y'all get some rest and I'll wait up for Herman and Isaiah.
Come on, Daddy. Be careful on that leg. I just took 4 buckshots out of it. Easy now. There you go.
Maddie, I killed 3 white men tonight. It seems so senseless though. I can see the hate in their eyes. And if they got families, they won't get to go home to them like me. And if they got wives, they won't get to caress them one more time.
Alex, that is why I am so scared. I mean, I don't know what I would do without you here with this family. I love you, and your children love you. And can you just imagine what little Robert and sweet Mildred would be like without your love and care?
Yeah, I do. But I don't want to think about that.
Alex, our family is all we have. And I want to be able to watch them grow and raise their own families and have grandchildren.
Those 2 oldest boys and oldest girls, they turned out to be pretty good young men and women.
Yes, that's because you have given them a strong foundation. You taught them how to love and care for each other. And you taught them that if it's something they want, they got to work hard to get it.
You haven't been no slouch yourself. You've been a real businesswoman of the family. Always trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Alex, do you remember when we first met?
Now, you know I do. You won't let me forget it.
I just want to know, do you really remember, or are you going to try to get me to tell you?
I remember it like it was yesterday. You and your well-to-do family in Haskell. It was at the Morris Chapel picnic. You had that pretty yellow dress on.
Alex, you do remember.
I told you I do. I remember like it was yesterday. Now, do you remember the first thing I said to you?
How can I forget it?
I don't know your name, but I sure hope you marry me someday.
So you do remember.
How could I forget? And here we are. 8 kids later.
What's wrong, baby? Aren't you happy?
Well, Alex, it's just, you remember how long it took us to finally tell the children that you had killed 2 white men, and now you done killed 3 more. And you know they're going to come looking for you. I just know that somebody saw you and Herman with the rest of them colored men.
Now you know they say we all look alike. They ain't gonna know.
That is not funny.
Okay, Maddie, okay. We still got some time to think about this. They killed us too. People just gonna forget about it. White folks, colored folks, we all died. So we just move on and forget about it.
So, do you think we're going to have to move from Tulsa?
Why are we gonna do that?
I just got a bad feeling, Alex, and we need to be safe.
Stop worrying, Maddie. We are safe. Herman is making it good as a barber. Men folks will always need their hair cut. Isaiah, he's getting some good training at the shoe shop so he can take it over one day. Lee, she's designing and sewing up some good clothes. You taught her everything she knows. Now Margaret, she's sharp.
Yes, yes.
By her doing housework, that's gonna push her to go to college. Now, she gonna be happy when we give her that little nest egg that we've been saving so that she can get started at Langston University.
Yes.
That Thelma, she's gonna be a nurse if she sticks to it. But Thelma, he's a good athlete. Lord knows what little Robert's gonna do. And little Mildred, she loves to sing. See, we gotta do all we can so they can live long and happy lives, but with dignity.
I know, Alex. I just worry sometimes. I just want so much for our children. But I have never, ever regretted the day that we got married.
And I don't regret it either, especially the time I said what I said to you, we both should know.
I don't
know your name,
but I sure
hope you marry.
Daddy, it's crazy out here. These white folks think we're crazy.
It's gone, Daddy. It's gone.
Boy, what do you mean? What's gone?
The shoe shop and the Syncerrae shop. It's all gone, just burned down.
What the hell you mean, son?
These white folks is burning down Greenwood, Daddy. 2 blocks on Greenwood on one side is already gone. And the family businesses are gone.
Oh!
Those damn Peckerwoods. Did you get the guns?
We got them, but we ain't got no ammunition for the shotgun.
Go look in the cabinet again in the kitchen.
Already, look. All we got left is bullets for the pistol.
What did the white folks do? What did they do?
Be careful, Daddy. The children are asleep. You're going to wake them.
This is a damn shame. This is a damn shame.
Daddy, not only are those Peckerwoods burned down Greenwood, they just killing Negroes for no reason.
What are you talking about, boy? Them Peckerwoods ain't that crazy.
We ran to Jesse Guest, and he said they killed Dr. A.C. Jackson, the surgeon, and he had his hands up, Daddy. He said some white mob just killed him, shoot him, and burn him. He said that he heard the voices with the mob too.
This is crazy. Them Peckerwoods are sick.
Cholo, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
When me and Isaiah was getting cuts, we had to hide the bushes. Because it was a white mob that they had Willie and Maggie Smith's son, Bo, and his pregnant wife.
Yeah, they got Willie strung up from the tree and lynched him. Then they got
When me and I said was get the rifles, we had to hide in the bushes because it was a white mom, and they had Willie and Maggie Smith's son's Bo and his pregnant wife.
Mary?
Yeah, they got Willie, strung up him in the tree, lynched him. Then they got Mary, strung her in the tree, and lynched her too.
Jesus, no.
I can't tell them the rest, Herman. You tell them.
Well, they
Spit it out, boy. Spit it out.
They cut open her stomach. And the baby just came out crying. And then one of the white men, he said to shut that baby up. They threw it on the ground, stuffed it dead.
Wait a minute. Be quiet. Listen.
It's a big crowd of white folks coming down the street. They shoot people as they run. They run forward like
like they got little Tate and Cousin Luther. Damn! You boys watch yourself. We can't afford to lose no more of you. Let's go to the next house.
Let's go, boys. And remember, every one of them niggas dies.
Niggas don't deserve to live.
but he is wrong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Oh.